welcome back to Parking Lot Chats with Corn
and Bo.
So I'm going to start off with the news that Disney announced last week. So we had said we recorded on Monday, and then on Tuesday they came out with all of their announcements about the new ship. The Disney Destiny will be hero and villain inspired.
Oh, that's what we were talking about.
Right, we weren't sure, right? Because they were just like
posting. We kind of said that though, didn't we? I think we did say that.
I think we kind of assumed because we were like, what is that?
Because it was like two different posts with this set's a character and this set's a characters, and we're like, well, these are villains and these are heroes.
Yeah, so it looks pretty cool. The Grand Hall is going to be Wakanda, Black Panther.
Yeah.
So the Stern always has a character. This one's going to be Spider-Man. So it's the first Stern to like have a superhero kind of person.
That's cool.
The Sanctum is going to be like Doctor Strange's Sanctum in his New York apartment. The Destiny Tower Suite is going to be like Tony Stark inspired. The concierge lounge for the suites is going to be like the Avengers Manhattan headquarters. And then the Worlds of Marvel, they're going to have a themed dining experience. The Kids Club is going to be a Marvel Superhero Academy. There's going to be a Pride Lands, Feast of the Lion King, like stage show dinner.
That's cool.
There's going to be DeVille's, like Cruella DeVille. It's going to be like a piano lounge. I think that says piano.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
There's going to be random villains hanging out. There's going to be a haunted mansion parlor. Edna Mode is going to have a sweet shop. Remember we were like, what is she doing? She's going to have a sweet shop. There's going to be a Cafe Megara and a Cafe Merida.
What's Megara?
Remember from Hercules.
Okay. Yeah. I never really got into that movie.
Yeah, I like the songs.
Yeah.
I remember like that was like McDonald's had some cool stuff at that time. And then Halloween is out at Magic Kingdom. There's also a tropical storm there, and there was some tornado warnings there today. But they somehow managed to put Halloween up in the middle of the night.
It's fucking nuts.
Right, that's the thing. Like, so where we are, it's not that bad. I mean, I don't know if you can tell. Like, it's stormy because we're on the East Coast, but it's not, like, crazy. But
no, we're just at, like, the last bands of it, really.
Right, like, Disney's, like, right kind of in the center where that storm was, like, it's cutting across, right?
Yeah.
From, like, the big bend over, I heard.
Yeah.
And how did they manage to put up Halloween decorations in the middle of the fucking night?
Because did they do it last night or the night before?
No, they did it last night.
That's wild.
That's wild. That's what it was there today.
Like, yeah.
Last night was like the worst of the storm. Man, last night at my house was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Like Eric today was like, shit, were you okay last night? It was waking them up, and like I stay up later, you know what I mean? Like, and I like work in my garage where it's like really loud and stuff. You know, I have like my little fake office that I made out there. So they were like, how are you able to do stuff last night? And I was like, man, it was wild, but I mean, not as wild as Disney putting up fucking 10-foot pumpkins in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Magic Kingdom. There's videos all over social media. All the Disney influencers were there today in their ponchos, taking pictures of giant-ass pumpkins that they somehow put up in the middle. I don't know how Disney does what they do sometimes. It's like, what? How did y'all do this?
It's impressive to me that they do that shit overnight to begin with, let alone during a fucking tropical storm hurricane.
Yeah, right. Because, like, I've seen some videos, like, they have, like, on the Imagineering story, they have videos of, like, them doing it overnight and, like, how they do some, like, the shit that they do so quickly. Obviously, a lot of people are involved. But, right, I didn't know that they did it in tropical storms as well. Right. Yeah. Maybe even a Category 1 at that point, right?
You know, all the things they do, like, even the tree trimming and stuff has to be done overnight.
Everything has to, because they can't be out there in front of people.
Yeah.
That's what, in the Imagineering story, there's, like, you talk to...
It's part of, like, the magic of it.
Right.
It all just, like, you wake up and it's there. Or, you know, the trees are all trimmed, but no one ever sees them trimmed.
There's a woman that was in the Imagineering story, and she had started as, like a gardener, and she's now in charge of all that shit and like getting them out like overnight, and she's like in her crane at like 3:00 in the morning directing fucking tree trimmers. Like, it's wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
That's cool.
I thought I had more Disney news, but that might have been it, because now after that my thing goes right into Olympics,
which are freaking crazy right now.
Right. Okay, so yeah, we'll just go. Or wait, did you have a Disney thing you want to say?
Well, I just had a little thing that
Disney
popped up the other day that, you know, like that Mandela effect where they say that something happened but it didn't really happen, or it did happen but they try to convince you that it didn't happen, whatever.
Like when we were kids and we had the Trick cereal and it was like shaped like fruit, and they were like, Tricks are for kids.
Yeah, and now that we've become adults and it's fucking, now it's rounds.
Right. Was it always like that?
No. It was all shaped like fruit.
Is it shaped like fruit now and we just can't see it because we're adults?
Right.
I
I
don't
do
know.
remember that.
Anyway.
The tricks are for kids. And then there's the other one they say, like the fruit of the loom. Like there was that big
Yeah,
conspiracy
there was
about
that
the
cornucopia. The
cornucopia.
cornucopia was
It was
there.
definitely there, but
It
they
was
try
there.
to say it's not.
I remember when I was a kid and somebody had dressed up for Halloween as the cornucopia. So how? And then
Right.
somebody else was dressed up as a grape, and it was like really fucking funny.
Right.
Because they did like a group
The fruit of the
costume.
loom.
Right.
So I saw one the other day that says that Disney is trying to say that Tinkerbell never came out of the castle and dotted the I.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Right.
Really?
Yes, it says, so I'll read it. It said,
They're lying hoes. That definitely happened.
the Google thing is, does Disney dot the I in the Walt Disney whatever? And it says fake. Based on everything that we know, this never actually happened. Disney did not release a video intro where Tinkerbell dots the I on the word Disney. Instead, people are likely combining several memories into one.
All of us collectively? Collectively,
Yeah.
the whole world?
Like what?
No, that definitely happened. I
That
can see
definitely
it.
happened. I guess that's old news. This article is from 2022, but it popped up the other day.
I never heard
when
that
I was
before.
scrolling, and I was like, "Wait, no, that actually happened."
That did happen. That for sure happened.
Yeah,
I don't believe that guy.
me neither. But why do they try to? Why do they do that? Why do
Right,
they?
why would you do that? Why are you trying to why are you trying to like collectively gaslight the universe?
Right,
Are you why?
right. Like, what's the point? Unless to just see if you can.
Are we in a different dimension? Did we skip over somehow? What happened? Was it me and you or me and my cousin were talking about being in a different dimension?
It wasn't me and you, but
It was probably me and my cousin.
the fucking
There
TikTok.
were some really good
There's so many
conversations.
TikToks that will like talk about the different dimensions.
You know what?
and,
She
like,
hangs out on TikTok, so I bet it was
That's
me and her.
probably her. Yeah,
She
because
really
it's all
likes
over
TikTok.
there.
Yeah. She really likes TikTok, and so her dad is probably in his 70s, right? And so he recently got on TikTok, and she thought that he was just going to be watching dog videos, but he's somehow gotten down this crazy rabbit hole of, like, astrology. And then he'll be like, well, you know what Taurus does this.
Is it- That's pretty funny. You learn a lot on TikTok.
They'll be like, well, you just did that because you're an Aries. Like, stop it, man.
Oh my god, that's really funny.
Stop it. You're too old to be an astrology girly. You're a 70-year-old
Next, he's
man.
gonna get into like the moonstones and
Right,
shit.
he's going to be selling us crystals.
Yeah.
Ah, hilarious. TikTok, I'm a fan. All right, the Olympics, that's where we're going.
Yeah, also all over TikTok right now, and Instagram, and Facebook, and everywhere is the Olympics.
I am obsessed with the girl power of it all.
Yes, me too.
Did you see what they did today?
When she won,
And they bowed
I think
down
it was
to her?
Portuguese,
Brazil.
Brazil, yeah.
Brazil and Simone and what's her name bowed down to her.
Yes.
And then, okay, Simone. First of all, Simone is killing it, and she's the queen of the fucking world. But I love how, like, that last Olympics, she wasn't doing well. And she knew that. And so she took a step back, and everybody acted like she was the bad guy, right? But,
Right.
like, she had to do that for her own mental health. And then now look at what she's done. And I feel like that's just such a testament to the importance of taking care of yourself and mental health. You know, like, I feel like when we were younger, like, the gymnastics and the Olympics, it was always like they had to go until they hurt themselves.
Right.
You know what I mean? And for her to be able to take a step back and not hurt herself, heal, and then come back and fucking kill it
Right.
at, what, almost a decade older than the rest of them? She's 27.
She's 20, I was going to say 26. I knew she was somewhere around
Yeah, and, like, so apparently every other gold medalist ever, from this country at least, has been, like, under 20.
Yeah.
And so for her to, like, take that time off, deal with herself, and then come back and then just fucking sweep the floor with y'all, and then the person that beats her, she bows down to her instead of
Right.
fucking whacking her in the leg like
Right.
goddamn what's her name?
Right. It wasn't just her though too. I saw another I
of
don't
them.
remember what Olympic sport it was. I'm sorry, I forget what it was, but it was two guys and they were both like they were going head to head for gold, and they kept like tying. And so it was an Olympic like head guy or whatever talking to them, and one of the guys goes, "Well, can there just be two golds?" And he goes, "Well, yeah, but you guys would have to agree on it." And they both looked at each other, fucking shook hands, and like celebrated.
That's so sweet. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
Everybody's being cool.
So it's not just the girls. Like I just keep seeing it a lot this Olympics, and maybe I'm paying attention to it more. Maybe it's out there more,
Yeah,
but
that's
I
so
just feel like it's very
sweet.
wholesome. All the news coming out of the Olympics is very wholesome, except for the boxer, which I don't know if we want to get into that, but
I don't know.
the one where they tried to say that was a male boxer, and it
And
was
she wasn't.
all over the fucking everywhere,
I mean-
everywhere, and then it comes out that she's not.
And see, the thing is, I don't want to get too deep into this because I'm going to end up pissing people off. Because the problem here is we were just proven that people having a problem with trans women is going to end up affecting biological women too.
Right. Yeah, that was wild.
That was wild. She wasn't trans, and y'all just, not y'all,
Somebody
But
took
somebody.
it, and fucking
A lot of
Logan
people.
Paul, I guess when he shared it, it just kind of like took off from there, and it was like,
oh, he's such a moron. I can't stand that
Honestly.
kid. And then, like, you know, I'll be around my younger cousins, and I'll be like, oh, he's some fucking YouTube moron. And they're all like, oh,
I
what?
never cared for. I mean, I don't. But he just annoyed me when the kids. I remember Caden being really young and that YouTube being on when they were back, you know, in their YouTube days, and being annoyed by them then.
Yeah.
And I just feel like they've never done anything in my mind to like make me feel otherwise. Like
Right.
everything they do to me is annoying.
They are annoying as shit. And then you're, like, spreading falsehoods
But
about
then,
this
yeah,
poor
like
woman.
that's insane. Like, can you imagine winning gold? Right? Did she win? Did
She,
win
yeah,
gold?
she won. And then everybody was like, oh,
And
it
then
doesn't count because
being
she's
like,
a man.
oh, she's a man and she's not. I mean, she did have manly features to me. Like but like literally because you look like that, because you're not feminine enough for people, they think that you
must be trans.
You can't be a woman.
Oh, you're trans. Oh, your hands are big.
Yeah.
You must have a penis. No, she was a biological woman. She was born a woman. There's no,
Yeah.
she was not trans at all.
Yeah.
And the whole fucking internet was
Yeah.
just,
When I saw there was an Olympic whatever I keep saying, like somebody that had the Olympics whatever came out and was like this, I forget her name, I would butcher it even if I could remember
yeah,
it
I'm not even going to try
I've
to
only
pronounce her
ever
name.
read it.
But y'all know who we're talking
because
about.
I've only ever read it, and I've never, because I don't really like, I read things more than
Me
like
too.
I watch a video.
Well, I think that's like a house with kids. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
always like, if this is a video I'm not interested, put it in text and then I'll read it.
Yeah, so I've never heard her name said, you know? So I don't remember how her name was pronounced, but
Congratulations to her.
yeah, for real.
Congratulations to her. She won
They were
gold.
like-
That's a really big deal.
Yes.
And the internet shouldn't be dragging your name through the mud because they're jealous. I don't know.
That
I
was
don't know.
wild. But I feel like that's the one negative story that
That's-
I've heard so far, like, come out of the Olympics.
And that
Everything
wasn't
else
even
has been
really
so,
from the Olympics. That was from spectators.
right. Everything else has been so, like, positive and heartwarming. And
I really like this video I saw the other day, and it was like Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart were like doing their thing, right? And they were like having lunch or whatever. And then they're like, oh, well, you know, Martha, we know it's going to be your birthday. And so we arranged a special friend, and it's Cookie Monster, right? And she seems very confused. I don't think Martha Stewart knows who Cookie Monster is. And then it turns out at the end, it's Snoop Dogg's favorite. Did he bring Cookie Monster for himself and pretend like it was for Martha's birthday? So funny.
I saw a picture. I actually shared it on our Instagram stories, but it'll be gone.
Yeah.
It was them, Martha Stewart and Snoop, dressed with like horse.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
dressed in horse rider attire to go watch
Their
that.
equestrian
Yeah,
gear.
yeah. I thought that was funny.
That was a really good one. And it was like, I saw it and it was a meme and it was like, I did not have Snoop Dogg cosplaying a Blue Blood on my bingo
I
card.
didn't see that.
I didn't see that one coming either, but it was really good. So I've loved the Snoop of it all.
The Snoop of it all.
Did you see he had a really nice, he was commentating on badminton for some reason?
No, I didn't see that.
He also must have brought his own t-shirt maker. Have you noticed?
No.
So he has a t-shirt for every fucking event with like whoever his favorite person is. So like at gymnastics, he's wearing a Simone shirt. At
That's really
swimming,
funny.
he's wearing a Katie Ledecky shirt. Like and like they have like the same font. So I don't know if he brought like a t-shirt person with him
That's really funny.
or what he's doing, but like he has like a shirt with a face and like it'll say like the person, it'll say USA, and he's got a different shirt for the person he's supporting at every event. I don't know. I'm really enjoying.
He brought a
Snoop.
cricket with him to.
He must have. Because he's got, and like, it's the same font, and like, no one else is wearing these shirts. And then he's also got his own pin. So do you hear about the pins? So I guess in the Olympics, they do
you
like the
can
pin
trade pins,
trading.
Yeah.
And all the athletes have their pins, but he came with his own that he
That's
had made.
really funny. Like,
And so
he came
his
prepared.
is like him like blowing out the smoke rings, but the rings are like the Olympics.
Oh my God.
I'll find it. I'll find it right now and show you a picture, and then we'll screenshot it and put it on there because I keep seeing it, and I can't believe that I didn't like save it somewhere already.
That's really funny.
Snoop's
I
Olympic
did
pin.
hear someone saying that they got a pin from Snoop. I don't remember who it was, but I didn't see what it looked like either.
Yeah, this is it.
Oh my goodness. Stop it.
Yeah. So I guess he had that made,
Oh my gosh.
and he brought it, and he's like
Watch it.
handing it out to people.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, that's his special pin for him that he's had made, and he's just been giving away. So he's basically amazing. I mean, we've always been a fan, so.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I know we've talked a lot about Flav, because I do feel like Flav is very important because he's been, like, supporting financially, and I'm sure
that's
Snoop
so
is
wild
too,
to me. Like, I was thinking that today. Like, I saw, I don't remember what country this athlete was from, but he was complaining about the Olympic Village where the athletes have to stay and how like the food's terrible, the beds are terrible, they like their card, you know, like there's no AC and all this. So he's like, they have a picture of him sleeping in a fucking park, right? And I just find it crazy that we as a country, everybody obsesses over the Olympics, right? Like it's this huge thing, but yet we're sending these athletes there with nothing.
Nothing.
Like how are these athletes not being like sponsored and taken care of?
Because, right, like, but the regular NFL guy that's sitting on the bench is making $1 million a year.
Yeah, I don't.
But your Olympic winners need Flavor Flav to pay for their
Yeah, I don't
flights.
understand this.
I don't understand.
Why is this? How is this an issue? Like, how is this something that's never been like?
You'd think Wheaties be paying for it, right?
Right.
Right. Well, that thing like sports people on the Wheaties
Somebody,
box.
like, how can they not get sponsorships?
I don't know. Right. But no, you're absolutely right. Right. How are these people not getting paid?
Like, I don't know, you send your athletes over there to represent your country and they're sleeping on park grounds. Granted, I don't think he was from America, but like whatever country he was from too, you know?
Right,
I guess
right.
some of like
our people are like, staying in their cardboard boxes, so
yeah.
whatever. Not like whatever, but right, it's the same thing. My point is, right, like why is
the Olympic Village not like the Olympic Village itself maybe not sponsor the athletes, but like why is none of these companies sponsoring like the village?
Right,
and like creating better living fucking circumstances for these guys who are out there busting their ass.
Right, slap a Verizon sticker on it and let Verizon pay for some real fucking beds.
Right.
Right.
I don't know, it's very weird to me.
It is weird. But now that you brought up the Olympic Village, I can't stop thinking about tonight. I have to ask you, did you see the Cupcake Boy or the Muffin Boy?
No.
He's all over TikTok.
No.
I think he's from like Norway or the Netherlands, and it's this boy. I'm just gonna open my TikTok because it's gonna be right there. A boy who is a man who is an athlete for some other country is like obsessed with the muffins, and he just keeps like posting videos of like himself in these fucking muffins, and it's literally just like
in there.
He's just like making like meme videos.
I said a purse.
But it's just this muffin.
I have a
Hendrik
purse.
He loves the muffins from the village.
He's obsessed with
my God.
Henrik Christians 1. Oh, because I followed him, it went away who he was. Here, look, if we unfollow.
It's right there.
Yeah, but there's like a bio there, and then I hit follow and it went. Okay, well now if we go out and go back. Because I don't remember who he is. Okay, 3 times Olympian, swimmer from Team Norway, and he thinks he's a Mark Zuckerberg lookalike, which, you know what, I'm going to give him that one. But it's literally just him and these fucking, he's just,
it does look like a really good muffin.
He's been posting videos of these muffins for fucking days. It's literally just him and the damn muffins.
Wait, did you see the one vaulter that like his crotch knocked down the pole?
No, I saw something about that on Instagram today. It said that a website is offering him like a lot of money for like pictures of his penis.
Oh my God.
It didn't say penis, but it said that his bulge messed up his Olympic game, and so they said a website that they're not naming, which I'm assuming is OnlyFans. I don't know that. I'm assuming this is offering him like a couple $100,000 for pictures of his.
Oh my God! I saw a video
bulge.
the other day, and someone had like slowed it down, and when he goes over it and like comes down, apparently like his leg or something hits it first, but then then his fucking penis hits it. It's fucking crazy.
And he knocks the whole thing over
like,
his dick.
Why don't you tuck that?
Why don't you tuck that?
Like,
why don't you get some tape?
Right, something. You would
something.
You would think if you've made it that far,
y'all don't have cups
to the Olympics, you know, like what you got
you know
going on down there, and
right.
like you should know how to move that out of your way.
Again, I don't have any experience. I don't personally have one, so I'm not sure how that works.
Right.
But I would think that if you've made it to that stage in your athletic games and your athletic game involves your penis going near it, you'd have figured out how to fucking hide the thing or put it whatever. Cage your beast.
Oh my God, it was pretty funny, but I mean, I don't know. It's probably not funny to him, right? Like, I don't know.
Right, you lost the Olympics over your dick.
Yeah, they say it wasn't over that, but I don't know. But now that video is everywhere.
I didn't see it.
What? I
just saw people offering him money for pictures of his penis now. So, you know. Everybody's getting sexualized these days.
Yeah.
That's pretty good though. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, it was funny.
What else you got?
I think that was all on the Olympics that I can think of.
So women that have children have been competing for how many years?
Oh, right. I don't know.
This is their first year that they have a nursery.
Wait, from a girl who was it? I just read this story, and she got Pampers. She got Pampers
to sponsor
a
yeah,
nurser.
You know what? I think I sent it to her
nursery
thing.
room or like a parents' room where
I think I did send it here, so we should have it right here.
Yeah, I think I just watched that too, but I don't know.
This is the first Olympics that has.
Oh, that's not what I saw, but
us going in. So we line up.
I saw the story about the girl who did it.
Security.
Allison Felix.
She was qualified for what I read was like the girl who got that Pampers room was qualified for the Olympics, and then Nike, she got pregnant or something like that, and Nike took away her sponsorship, and so she created her own shoes, and then went on and got Pampers to make a nursery, and went on to do really well in this year's Olympics.
Because I remember that. Yeah, that was last time. I remember that. Right. So yeah, that was her. So this is her. So she's the one that got she made her own shoes and made herself a nursery. And
Pampers
you know what?
to sponsor her fucking room. So come on, other companies step up and sponsor the Olympic Village.
Fucking Pampers.
Pampers were my favorite diapers when
honestly,
my kids were babies.
But
I didn't like Huggies. They were too bulky and leaked.
Pampers, diapers, Huggies wipes.
Yes.
Yes.
Same.
Yeah. So the Pampers, they just come out in a fucking clump.
Huggies wipes were better, but the diapers leaked, and they were like, there's so much like fringe. I don't know. It's been fucking a long time since I had a kid in diapers, so I don't know if they're still like that.
My kid is not in diapers now, but he's not that old, so I can say that recently, yes, same.
Yeah,
same. They're just, I don't know, the Huggies were weird. Yeah. And like he didn't even like them.
Yeah. There's like a lot of extra material on them.
Yeah, it's not necessary. So Pampers, we're fans. We don't need anything though, so. Aside
from, we're fans of you for sponsoring the nursery or whatever parents room, but also fans in general.
Yeah, we're fans. So I also have more Olympics notes before I get onto that, because that's going to be good stuff. So this part is going to be in here. I went back and watched my best friends, Kevin and Keenan, on an Olympic highlight show.
Oh yeah. So I forgot to watch that.
So the first episode, all I talked about was I watched half of the first episode last time. So I finished the first episode. They did piss off that first guest, like I had mentioned. Yeah. And then the second guest, they almost pissed him off. And then he had he was like a track star, and he had like a company, and they like shouted that out. And then he was like, okay, fine, you guys are all right. And then the third guest asked them if he should just leave.
Oh, shit.
So like,
they pissed them all off.
They just pissed them all off. So then the second episode, they seemed like they were a little bit more professional, but also I feel like they had more of their people. So you know Colin Jost?
Yes.
Okay. So Colin Jost is being the commentator for the Olympics in the surfing. So he's in Tahiti.
Okay.
And so they did like an interview with him, and he is just honestly just go see what Colin Jost is up to, because he's running around barefoot on an island.
Oh
apparently he has spent more time in the medic tent than anyone else. He had like a bunch of chickens behind him, and he was like, at least you guys have a studio. I'm out here barefoot using a barbecue grill as a desk with chickens behind me. And they're like, Colin, you need to be careful. Them chickens are coming up on you. And then Keenan was like, you say you're in Tahiti, but I think you're at my grandmama's house. It was so funny. And then Flavor Flav was on that one. So like, cool. Obviously like that went well for them. That was all like their people. And then Flavor Flav was like, I don't think he quite understood everything that they were saying. So, like, I think the deal with them is they are hilarious. And, like, they're not taking things very seriously, because that's who they are. And that's kind of, like, the thing.
Right.
And so the people that are taking shit very seriously are getting really annoyed at them. Whereas, like, people who are having a nice time are not. So, like, Flavor Flav was just like, I love you guys. And they were kind of like, you're crazy. And I don't think he really got that they were calling him crazy.
Right.
But it was nice. Peyton Manning came on. He loved them. He had a great time. John Cena loved them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's the crowd. Tara Lipinski had an okay time with them. So she was like, she had said that she would be really excited to meet. I don't remember who the hell she was excited to meet. And they're like, oh, so you don't, LeBron. She was like going to see, she was heading to Paris, and she just happened to have like some downtime in their schedule. So they're kind of talking shit like, oh, you just stopped here because you had nothing else to do. Like, you don't care about meeting us. And then Maria Taylor, she came on, and she was definitely being rude to them and acting like she thought that they were stupid. And
I don't know who
then,
that is, actually.
I didn't either. I think she's a runner.
Okay.
But she's some kind of athlete. Maybe she's a basketball player. I don't know. She's tall. She's tall and thin. That's why I assumed running at first. I don't know. But so she is an athlete, but I think she's like a past athlete, and she is now doing like interviews there. She's in Paris.
Okay.
And so she was just kind of like talking shit. And honestly, she was being kind of rude to them. And then they were like, what is your problem? They were like, we feel like Kevin started calling people out. He was like, everybody's been giving us an attitude. I don't know. What is your problem?
God.
What is wrong with you? And then she told them that she was mad that she never met them in person. They clearly never watched her show, but yet expected her to come be on their show. And then they're like, well, have you ever watched this show before? No, she didn't.
Yeah.
She didn't. So she was kind of a bitch.
Yeah.
She ended up...
She could have said no.
Right.
Like,
Why'd you have to come here? Why'd you come here giving them an attitude?
Yeah.
She was like really, and like Kevin said a couple times, he's like, I feel like you don't like us. What's the problem? And she was kind of brushing it off. And then eventually she was like, you know what? I am mad at you guys. You never even watched my show. Why'd you invite me here? And they're like, have you watched our show? Bitch.
Why did you come on this show then?
Right.
I guess that's a stipulation. You can come on the show as long as they had watched yours.
So that's what I felt like with the other people too. It seemed like some people just weren't like feeling them, and like, but right, like I thought that I had two because I was like, I feel like that's not all it, but that must have been it. And then I didn't watch the next one. Right, because it seems like, okay, how are you gonna like get mad and be like iffy with them when you didn't watch their show either? And like, don't come here then.
Right.
Like the guy that asked them if they should leave, he was like a break dancer, and they were like showing off their dancing skills, which obviously weren't, you know what I mean? So he was like, fuck are you guys doing? Should I just leave? But like it definitely went better for them when they got honestly cooler guests.
Right.
Like Colin Jost had a great time with them. John Cena had a great time with them. Like, and they were definitely talking shit to John Cena. They were fucking with John Cena hard, and he was fucking with them back because he's cool.
Right.
They were all having a great time.
What did you expect?
Right. Did you think they were serious?
Yeah.
Did you think that Kenan was serious?
When you said that you were going to go on a show hosted by Kevin Hart and Kenan Thompson, you thought he was going to be serious?
And like, they're not even there. They're at a soundstage in fucking Burbank. You know what I mean? You know that they're not fucking.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Right.
What did you think? So I'm a big fan of their show. Not all the guests have been, which honestly just kind of makes it better. Honestly, it kind of makes it better. Did I have any other notes for the Olympics? I don't.
Do you know what I saw a picture of Simone Biles next to Shaq?
Oh my God, I want to see that.
It?
No, but I love it. I'm taller than Simone Biles.
Shocking height difference.
She's shorter than I am. Like I got. Oh my God.
Like
she's not even up to his hip.
Yeah. I don't, like, that's insane.
That's me and my sister-in-law. No, I'm kidding. We're not that bad.
That's so crazy, though. Like, they both look fake because he looks so big and she looks that small, but neither one of them look real.
Yeah, they don't look real. They don't look real. They don't look real.
Yeah.
Look how happy she looks, though. She looks like she's having a nice time.
Wouldn't you be happy? He's, like, the nicest man.
Yeah, he is.
I've
really
never
nice.
heard anything, right? Have you ever heard anything bad about him?
No.
Do
you remember when Taylor Swift started showing up at the NFL and he was really excited because she introduced him to Ice Spice?
Yeah. No, I've never heard anything bad about that man. He's very like
philanthropist. Did I tell you about him in his college, or was that something I told my cousin? Did I tell you guys about his college?
I don't think so.
So Shaq was doing one of those online colleges, like the Phoenix University or something like that. I don't remember exactly which one, so don't quote me on that. But he was doing an online college. He wanted to get like his master's degree or something. But he is older, and so he wanted an in-person teacher. He was like, I'm gonna do this online degree, but like I need an in-person instructor. Like, I'm Shaq, you can do that.
Right.
And they're like, well, it's got to be like 12 or 15 people. I don't remember the amount. They're like, you have to have this many people to have like an in-person class.
Wait, maybe I have heard this, but I don't know if you told me. Finish, but
so he paid for his friends to all get their degrees.
I think
so that
you
they
did
could
say
all,
that.
Yeah. It's just so cool. It's such a, like you said, like that's such a philanthropist thing to do, right? He's like, somebody's got to do this. So
I feel like he does a lot for kids too. Like you always see him.
Yeah, he's always doing something for kids. Mm-hmm. And like back in the day, I don't know if it's still like this. You can tell me you have older kids when like it was a whole thing with the brands of the sneakers and the Jordans and then this and that.
It's still a thing. It's like a middle school thing.
He made the Shaq shoes, but they were exclusively for like Walmart and Payless. So like if you wanted Shaq shoes, they were like less than $20.
Right.
And it was like really cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fucking middle schoolers are all about their shoes.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Not. Nah, right? Because that's when like your feet are growing like fucking weeds too, you assholes.
I swear to God, Carson, at the end of he's going into 8th grade, and I swear at the last pair of shoes I bought him in 7th grade were a size 7, and I just had to buy him new school shoes, and I bought him a size 9.
Oh.
That's 2 shoe sizes over summer.
That's what, 3 months, if that? 2 months?
Yes.
Damn. When does school start?
Monday.
Oh shit.
Yeah, last week of school. Summer, I mean.
Yeah. We're doing our homeschool thing, so that's not my problem.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slice my problem though. That's fun. Good times.
Yeah.
All right. What else about the Olympics? I love it. I'm loving all the girl power. I'm loving all the celebrities being so excited to meet the athletes, and the athletes are like, "You want to meet me? I want to meet you."
Yeah.
It's cute. It's cute. I love everything that Snoop and Flavor Flav are doing. I love that Snoop brought Cookie Monster to Martha. And it seemed like she did not fucking know who that was. And then at the end of the video, he was like, Cookie Monster's my favorite. And it's like, well, you just invited him here for yourself. But I love it anyway.
Yeah, I love all the wholesomeness that's coming out of the Olympics. When does it end? Is the Olympics over? I think the award ceremony was today or something I saw.
Was it? I don't know.
I don't know how long it goes on.
I don't normally pay attention. My mom always watched it, so like I'd be in and out like paying attention while she was, but like I've never sat down and like watched.
Yeah, I don't know how long it goes on or anything.
Even this, I'm just watching like what I see on the internet.
What I see on social media.
Right.
Although we have been putting it on at work, so I have been like I did get to see like the women's gymnastics and stuff because I was at work and we had it on. You know, but. Other than that, I don't turn it on my TV. I just don't watch TV really. So
I put it on a couple times for Ferris just because like I was telling him about the gymnastics. So, like I wanted to show him like we watched the pommel horse guy.
Oh yeah,
right?
Steven.
Yeah, I like that. I liked everybody was like, well, this is a really bad advertisement for contacts. You know, because he took his glasses off and then did it like blind.
Yeah. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, right.
He did take his glasses off.
Wearers think about that. Yeah, right.
I didn't even that didn't even dawn on me. But that's pretty funny.
A lot of people that wear glasses don't like contacts and refuse to wear them. So that's what made it really funny. Like if you're somebody that's familiar with that, like whatever situation, because it's like these people would really rather do the pommel horse blind than put fucking contacts in. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't like them. I don't mess with them now, but like I wore them for years. They don't bother
he looks
me.
like he has pretty thick glasses too. So I bet he's pretty fucking blind without them on.
I was asking Eric because I know that he's not watching it either, but like he's heard a couple things here and that he doesn't even use social media, so I don't know how he hears things. He's got like the Chive, and that's about it. And so he was like, "Yeah, I heard that guy was blind."
Yeah,
I was like, "Yeah, close enough."
That's pretty funny.
So yeah, Olympics are good.
Yeah. Moving on to celebrity news, I guess I did.
Well, I got one.
Okay, one more. Okay,
theme park thing that I forgot about.
Okay, go.
At Epic Universe, they are test flying dragons. People have been seeing dragons in the fucking sky above where the Wizarding World's gonna be.
What?
Yeah, I got videos that I sent to the thing. I can put them on. I'll put them on Wednesday. I'll show you right now, and we'll show it in the camera. But yeah, they're like test flying fucking dragons.
That's cool.
So, right? I forgot about it with my Disney news because I'd put it.
Are we sure it's not? Aren't they? Isn't one of the parks doing a How to Train a Dragon?
Yeah, Universal. They're doing like a Berserk and part of Epic Universe.
It's not that, like maybe it's like a dragon ride and How to Train a Dragon.
I think it's. I don't know. This person, that's you. That's me. The person that posted it said.
Seems to think that it's Harry Potter World.
Where the hell is it? Oh, that was another one.
Epic Universe Flying Dragons.
Oh, Isla Burke. You know what? You were right. It is Isla Burke. I think the other one said that it was Harry Potter, but you're right. That does make sense. You're probably, you know what? I bet you're right. Because I feel like one of them said Harry Potter.
Though. That's still pretty fucking cool, though. Like, if they're going to have dragons. Maybe it's like a show, but still, it will be cool to see.
Right, regardless of what land it's in, it's still fucking cool.
Yeah, fucking flying dragons.
Yeah, right?
I want to see it.
Me too. All right, now we can move on.
Okay, moving on. It's getting dark in here, but I've got all the lights on. I just saw that Carrie Underwood was gonna replace Katy Perry as a judge on American Idol, which I thought was kind of cool because she won it like in season 4, I think.
That's pretty exciting.
She
I never
actually
really
won
watched
American
that.
Idol, yeah.
All I
But
know
it's
is Kelly
kind of like
Clarkson.
full circle. It's kind of cool. Yeah, Kelly Clarkson was the first year. Actually,
But she
a lot
wasn't. The
of-
boy won, right? And then they made a movie, and then it was like from Kelly to Justin, and
Yeah.
then Justin disappeared, and then Kelly was the queen
Yeah.
of the world. That's all I know about
I
American
mean,
Idol.
Kelly's voice is fucking amazing. Like,
And
there's
then-
literally like nothing she can't sing.
And she like married Reba's stepson,
Who ended up
being a douchebag, right? I like Reba.
And tried to take all of her fucking money.
Right, fuck that guy.
Because his dad's a lawyer, or he's a lawyer, or something like that. And he tried to take her for everything. Just so fucked up.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. We still like Reba, but fuck her stepson.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting though. I
thought
like
it
full
was-
circle.
yeah,
and you know
I
what?
thought
I
it
don't
was
really
cool.
care for Katy Perry, so
Yeah.
I like that.
I think she'll be a good judge. I don't really watch as much anymore, but it's really crazy to me how many people actually come from or have been on those singing shows. Like even like Morgan Wallen was on The Voice. Like he didn't make
Really?
it very far, but he was on The Voice.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, I don't know a lot
like
about
One
him.
Direction came from the one with Simon Cowell. Not
Really?
The X Factor?
See, I don't watch any of these shows. I had no idea.
Yeah, I forget which. Now I fucking forget which one. America's Got Talent, right? Isn't it America's Got Talent that has
That's
Simon
the one
Cowell
with like Howie
and like?
Mandel or something,
Yeah.
right?
But I think it was like UK's America's Got Talent,
And
and they actually all auditioned separately. Like they were all solo artists, and then Simon Cowell gets the credit. But I recently watched like the backstage video where like they had everyone's pictures and they were trying to figure out who was going to move on to the next round. And the girl judge, I don't know her name, I'm sorry, she's somebody from like, she's on the UK, I don't watch it. She is the one that said, listen, I don't think we should put these all individually through. I think we should bring them together as a band and put them through. And that's how One Direction was formed.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's cool to watch little Harry. I love Harry Styles. I'm like obsessed with him recently. I don't know. I was
Aw.
never a One Direction fan, but then Harry Styles
Well, yeah,
took
because
over
we were
my
like adults when they came out.
yeah. But then he took over my news feed or my For You page when he was on tour like last year, and I fell in love with
Right.
him. Yeah.
My cousins that are like a decade younger than us, they're really into it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're adults now too, but
Yeah.
like at one point,
Because they were like, that was
yeah,
their age.
she was
even
like-
Kaylee was in a weird time too, so she never even got like into One Direction, so I didn't even like live it through her, you know what I mean?
right. Yeah, my younger
But
cousins are really into it.
It's
Or
really
were.
cute to see Harry Styles' audition on there where he's like just this young
Child.
and he's like talking about how he worked in a bakery. Yeah,
That's so
and Simon's
cute.
like you can see Simon saw the potential in him from the get because he was testing him. Like it's when you go back and watch the audition, Simon's like trying to get his charm out. You know what I mean? Like he's asking him questions to see how he
To see what he'll say and how.
yeah,
he'll...
and you could see Simon's like loving every minute of it and knowing that like
this is gonna go somewhere.
yeah.
So let me ask, where did you watch that? Because I was told that there was a boy band documentary on Netflix that we should watch, and I meant to text you, and I completely forgot about it until this
Oh,
moment.
I don't
and
know.
didn't
That
watch
was
it.
like a random thing that came up
Okay,
on like
we'll
TikTok
watch
or something.
that now.
But we
We'll talk
should
about it
watch
next
that.
week. We'll talk about that next week.
I
We'll watch
love
it this week.
I love a boy band.
And I've completely forgotten until you said that because my cousin texted me and she was like, "There's a boy band documentary on Netflix. You guys should watch that and talk about it." And I was like, "Oh, we should." And then it fell out of my head until just now.
Oh yeah, we need to watch that.
Yeah.
I won't be watching it tonight because apparently we're going to see Deadpool finally.
Okay,
versus
don't tell me what
Wolverine.
happens.
Yeah, because did you know that my friends were telling me that I could watch Deadpool versus Wolverine online, and I was like, no, I can't.
no.
It's only.
All right,
And they were like, I was arguing with them.
"Throw in my book."
And they were like, no, I'm like, no, it's literally only in the theaters. I think people like forget that, like, because since 2020, in 2020, movies stopped coming out in the theater and everything went straight to like streaming.
Mhm.
And so now people think that that's still a thing, but I think they're
I'm gonna tell
trying
you
to
why
get
it's not.
back to, yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now why it's not on Disney. And, okay, so this is what fucking happened. So 2020, Trolls World Tour was the first one that was released onto streaming services. And it did crazy. And everybody's like, Trolls World Tour is breaking records. Not because it's a good movie, but because it's made the most on streaming. Because it was the first one released to streaming. So then everybody was kind of doing it.
Right.
And then the movie theaters opened back up. And then Disney was doing their hybrid bullshit.
Right.
And they were like releasing stuff in theater and on
Right.
Disney Plus at the same time. So Scarlett Johansson had her like origin story, personal, right? So she's an Avenger as Black Widow, but she had like a Black Widow movie, and that was like the first Marvel movie that was gonna be like that, right? But her
Right.
contract had her only making profit from the theater. So when it released on both, she missed a shitload of
That's
money.
fucked
That's
up.
fucked up.
Why
And then
was
she
that
fought
even
it.
a thing?
And then she fought it, and
As
everybody
she
was talking
fucking
shit.
should
And everybody was
have.
talking shit about her. People were talking so much shit about her, and they're like, "Oh, just take your $100 million and go away, bitch." Are you fucking kidding me? Because if it was Robert
no.
fucking Downey Jr., that wouldn't have happened. If it was fucking Chris goddamn Hemsworth, if it was any of those motherfuckers, y'all wouldn't have had that. So I don't want to hear shit
Why
about
the
Scarlett Johansson.
fuck was that even a thing?
And people were like, she just needs to shut up and go away. No, the fuck she doesn't. She was right, and I'm getting so mad. I knew I was going to do this because she brought it up earlier, and I was like, wait. Let me talk about this when the camera's rolling, because I want to get so fucking mad. Yeah, because so many people were like, she needs to just shut up. Take her movie and shut up. No, because that's not fucking fair, and y'all
Fuck
wouldn't have done that
no.
to a man. Y'all wouldn't have done that
Wait,
to
so
Chris.
did she win? Did she
I
get
think she
her
eventually
money
did. I think
from
she
the
eventually
streaming? 'Cause
did.
that's really
fucked up, right? And I can't tell you the amount of people that I was like... So many people were like, she just needs to shut her mouth and go away.
No,
Y'all
she
need to
deserves-
shut the
so,
fuck up
but
and go
that's
away.
what I don't understand is like, so who do they think deserves that money? Disney? Disney
Right.
makes her not like
Right,
Disney
right.
is not Disney. Like the movie's not the movie without fucking Scarlett Johansson,
And why
So,
should
like, if
she
you're
get
not-
half of her profits? Because of the way that y'all distributed the movie.
right?
You guys fucked her over on that contract, and they
Disney's
wouldn't have
just
done that to a
supposed to hold
man.
all the money from like the fact that people even like thought that that was okay
Mhm.
outside of the people in production,
The execs, right,
execs
or
who are
who's
just
getting
trying to
paid from
keep
it.
all
Right,
their
right,
money that
right,
they
right.
can for the populate, like for anybody to think that that was right.
And I believe, again, this happened a couple years ago, so I don't remember all the details.
Yeah,
But I believe the other Marvel actors came to her defense.
I
Because
hope so.
you know they wouldn't have done that to Robert
Fuck
Downey Jr.
no.
They would have never done that to him. They wouldn't do that to Chris Hemsworth. They wouldn't even do that to fucking Loki. Who's
Right.
that? Tom Hiddleston? Whatever the fuck his name
Hiddleston,
is.
I think.
You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. That guy. Oh,
That's
that
really
was
fucked
pretty.
up.
Right. So, ever since then, Disney is not releasing new movies on their streaming
Right.
because they got sued the fuck.
Right.
As they should have. As they should have.
And also,
As they should have.
I'm glad that I'm glad that they stopped doing the streaming because I really, when they started doing that and then continued to doing it, I like the theater experience.
It's fun.
And if they continue to do that, eventually movie theaters would be non-existent.
Right.
Like it has been like taken some time to like get people back into going to the theater. But I'm glad that like we ended up going back to that instead of like moving away from it, because there is something about like watching it on the big screen with the sound, you know what I mean, and like
and it's
having
fun,
your
and with
popcorn,
everybody
it's like,
else.
yeah, and then just sitting in my fucking living room, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh my god, remember watching Breaking Dawn in the theater at midnight?
yeah,
That was the first Twilight movie that I went to because you had gone to all of the midnight premieres, but I hadn't read the book yet.
yeah.
By the time Breaking Dawn came out, I read the book. When they went to that part where we thought fucking Carlisle died and the whole fucking theater lost their
right.
shit.
It's so cool.
You can't
to,
do that
like,
at home.
Yeah.
I mean, we could have freaked out with us, but there wouldn't have been 100
Yeah.
other people losing their minds with
Yeah,
us. Like,
it's an experience that like
that was a great movie to see with that crowd. Like, that was like,
Yeah.
everybody was like, what?
I loved those midnight premieres. They don't really do that anymore. At least not
No.
anything that, there's nothing that's come up to it like that I've been interested in going to see at midnight. But that was fun when they did those midnight premieres.
We're so old. I went to the Scream midnight premiere, the original,
Yeah.
with my mom. My mom brought us, and she was so mad because it was late, but like, she wanted to be cool too. You know what I mean?
Scream is such a fucked up. It's a fun movie though.
I haven't even watched the last couple because I got
No, like original.
yeah,
Scream.
the original,
Other,
the original.
other than
The
that,
best
it's
one,
stupid.
when Matthew Lillard's like dying and she's on the
Yeah.
phone, she's like, "Why'd you do it?" And he's like, "Peer pressure."
Yeah. Like you watch it now and we're like, was this ever actually scary to us? I think it kind of was. But
It
it's-
was. We were terrified.
Yeah, but it's
Oh,
so
it's so
stupid
fucking
now.
funny and
Like-
stupid. Oh my god, it's so fucking stupid. I love Scream.
It's such a great, yeah, it really
I
is.
love Scream.
If you've never seen the original Scream, you really should watch it.
You should watch it. All right, let me get my notebook back now that I'm done being angry
Yeah.
about Scarlett Johansson getting fucked over. All right. Okay, so Justin lost his license.
I saw that.
So
Only in the state of New York, though. Did you know that?
no, of course not. I'm gonna take it for what it
No,
will
it's
be.
only in the state of New York.
I just burst my bubble. So Taylor re-released the Tortured Poets Department with some kind of chains to block Kanye from the charts, and we love it.
Probably.
That's what
She's
we're
trying to
assuming.
get.
That's what we're assuming, right?
She
That's
did
what the
lose her
internet said.
number one spot. I think she was at like 12 weeks straight, which is crazy. But I do think she got knocked from the number one spot. I don't remember by who, but that's what Taylor does because she's a fucking marketing genius. is like when she wants to keep, to try to keep her album up, she releases different versions of the same album, or
Right.
she'll she's done in the past, she's done like signed albums for like Folklore and Evermore to try to like boost album sales.
Oh, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And y'all eat it up.
Oh fuck yeah, I have
I
both.
love it. I knew you would. Well, and this guy, I've sent him to our page before. I'll share the video so he can get the credit. But he was saying that like some people were speculating that it was this and that reason, and he was pretty sure it was because Kanye had released an album where he was still talking
I
shit
didn't even
about
know
her.
he released an album.
Right, because he's not relevant.
Yeah.
He's not fucking relevant. And he was saying that that's why she did it, to make sure that like he didn't get to the top of the charts. And like, I love that. I love the pettiness. I'm here for it. Fuck that guy. Do you know Ed O'Neill?
Who is it?
Al Bundy.
Yeah.
He was also Pritchard
Yeah.
on Modern Family. So I saw a little clip. It was really funny. He said that he has a daughter. So he meets people when he's out, and he doesn't know who they are because he's old and he's not up with
Right.
it. And he had texted his daughter, and he was like, "Who is this person?" And he said this woman came up to him, was very nice, and was talking to him, and assuming that he knew who she was. And she was like, "Do you want a selfie?" And he was like, "Yeah, sure." And then he sent the picture to his daughter, and he's like, "You need to tell me who this is so I can have a name." And
Right.
his daughter said that she was going to have him committed because it was Taylor.
Shut up.
It was Taylor.
He didn't fucking know
He didn't know who
Taylor
Taylor
Swift
was. And his daughter said, "I'm having you committed." That's Taylor Swift.
As she should.
As she should.
How? Where were they at? Even, do you know? Did it say where they were? I'm just curious.
No, but like I have the
Like,
interview.
where do you see Taylor that you don't know who Taylor is? Like, how are
I
you
don't
in
know,
the
some
same
celebrity
place as
fucking
Taylor and not
events?
know who she is? But she doesn't show up to like a lot of things unless it was like a Chiefs game or something.
And so this woman came up to me and said, "Hi, again, nice to meet you." And I'm saying, "Hi, yes, nice to meet you." And I know she's famous, but I can't place her. As, "You want a selfie? Let's do a selfie." I said, "Sure." So I do. And then I text my daughter,
He
Sophia.
doesn't say where he's at, though.
because
It's
she
cut
tells
off.
me
Who
what
that was.
Who that was. And I said, I desperately...
wanna
Oh,
see
this
a
is
picture.
old because this is
I
Ellen.
couldn't leave a
So
second.
this
is
is
it?
old, yeah. You can't tell from her voice in the background.
You have the picture.
I haven't watched Ellen since she had her sitcom in the 90s.
That's like Taylor from fucking, yeah, that's old Taylor.
That's old Taylor?
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, this is my next
No, I
piece
know,
of
but
shit.
either way,
Either
even,
way, he's
like,
still
back
crazy,
then,
right?
You still should have fucking known who she was.
Yeah, I never watched Ellen's like whatever talk show. I watched Ellen like when she had her sitcom, when like she came out on her sitcom in the
yeah.
90s. And I haven't paid attention
I
to
used to
Ellen
watch
since.
her talk show because that's when I had young kids and was fucking home during
Right,
the day,
right,
So we
right.
always had Ellen on. Then she got some, whatever.
She got weird, yeah.
There's a lot of Ellen controversy out there, but I ain't trying to get into all that.
Nope. So this is my next one. Guess who this is?
I can't see.
Okay, but don't
I
read
don't
any of
know.
it. He sounds good though, right?
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
It sounds like he's a real country singer, right?
That's Blake Shelton behind him.
Uh-huh.
Who is it?
It's Gwen Stefani's kid.
Oh, nuh-uh.
Gwen Stefani's kid is a better country singer than half of these guys. I couldn't believe he's really good.
Yeah.
He's really fucking good. Blake Shelton let him play at the bar. And I think he's like a teenager. He's young. I think he's like the middle
I would have never
one.
guessed that was...
He's that one. He's
I would have
young.
never guessed that was Gavin Rossdale's fucking kid.
Right? That one looks exactly like him.
That one does,
That one
yeah.
looks like Gavin
But that
Rossdale.
one that was just singing actually looks more like Blake.
He does look like Blake, and he sounds
And
really
sounds
good.
like Blake.
Sounds really good. I mean, I get... Okay, so now you've got at least 3 musician parents.
Right,
So, like,
so
I mean,
obviously
you've
you're
had
gonna
some...
have...
You've been around, but, like, he was really good.
Yeah.
For a teenager. I like him. I like
Do you
him.
know who
15.
I am? That's young, yeah. Do you know who also I'm loving in their country era right now is Post Malone.
I really like that. I like it.
love Posty country.
I love that I keep seeing him like doing like old like 90s country too,
Yes.
like our country, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I love
He
this.
wrote a song the other day. He played a song the other day live. I don't know where he is. He's like on a small stage, so he's obviously coming out with a country album because why would he be
Right.
doing all these
Well,
duets
everybody's
with country
coming out with a
singers
country
and
album
stuff
now.
if he wasn't coming out with the country album? So he plays a song that I assume is going to be on his album, and it is for his daughter, which I forget he has a daughter. Do we even know who the baby mama is?
No, I don't.
Me neither. But his daughter's like 2, so she's young as fuck. But he wrote a song for her when she gets married, and it's pretty much like I loved her first or something like that.
Oh, cute.
It is the sweetest song. It's so good. I don't know. I would never be able to find it right now, but if you look it up, I'm sure it's out there, like Post Malone
If I look
country.
it up right now, I'll end up crying.
You
so,
probably
like,
because it's and you got to listen to the whole thing. yeah, I'm here for Posty in his country era. I love it.
Isn't it funny, like, as people who grew up, like, in the 90s, like, listening to country and everybody, for, like, country to be so mainstream?
Right.
Like, I remember, like, Nelly made a country song and it was like, oh, and then, like, it was all over every fucking station. Remember?
Right.
Over and over again.
Country
like,
Grammar?
Goddamn.
Wasn't it called Country Grammar? Like,
That was his first song. So that was, like, his first big song. That was still a rap song. No, remember, he did, like, a fucking Tim McGraw.
he did Tim McGraw. Over,
yeah, that over and over again.
Yeah.
That was when it was, like, all over the fucking place.
Yeah, it was
and I was like,
everywhere.
I've had enough. But that was, like, the first, like, big, like, country fucking rap crossover. And now I
Right.
feel like it's, like, such a normal... There's even, like, a country rap genre.
Right.
Honestly,
There
that
is like
drives
a country rap genre. I think that people like just go to. I like country for the storytelling. Like country
Yeah.
is because it's like the point of a country song is it tells a story.
Right.
So I always like that. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I think that's what people tend to gravitate towards it so that they can tell stories.
Yeah, I don't know. I like it too.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, isn't it, like, funny to, like,
yeah.
I'm not, like, everybody loves it. And, like, before it was, like,
It was
listen to
a ew,
country.
yeah, I
You
know.
listen to country. And
But
now
then you
it's,
have like Jelly Roll. I feel like paved the path for someone for Posty to feel like because I feel like people also have a weird vision or a weird perspective of country music listeners that think that like you can't look like Post Malone or like Jelly Roll
Right.
and make it anywhere in the country scene. You know what I mean? So I
Mhm.
feel like when Jelly Roll came out and he kind of like opened the door for Post Malone to feel comfortable crossing over.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
that
I
makes,
mean?
That makes sense. That makes sense. I can see that.
Yeah.
And I know when Beyonce came out with her album, I was reading a lot online that people were saying that, like, the problem that they were having with it was that country music is such a tight-knit community, and they all kind of, like, break their teeth the same way, and they all come up through Nashville bars and the Grand Ole
Right.
Opry. So for you to be a pop star and then just release a country album, that rubbed people the wrong way
Right.
in their community. But it is nice to open it up for everyone else. You should, just because that's the way y'all did it, you
Right.
should not let anybody else in because they don't do it that way.
I feel like sometimes there's just like a motive maybe behind
Oh,
people
for
crossing into country that feels
sure.
disingenuous.
I told you I didn't like that part about her song. It's that
Right.
one. It's like, it's very like, what is it called when you're like, I said the word before and now I lost it. When you're like talking down, it was like condescending. And
Right.
it was almost like, condescending is not the word I mean. That's what
Right.
I described.
But I
when
feel
said
like
it, but
I feel
it's-
like a lot of people who listen to country also listen to other genres.
Oh,
of
for
music.
sure, for sure. I listen to 15 genres of
Right.
music.
Like there's no one that like literally that I know that just listens to country.
No. Really? You don't know anybody that just listens to country?
No.
Not even old Clarence? Oh, he probably listens to some rock at least.
Right.
Right.
Like there's no one just listens to country. People like country; it might be their favorite genre, but they definitely like
Listen to other
listen
things
to
too.
other things.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Where you have people who like will just not listen to country.
Right, just because they're too cool.
Right.
That's annoying. All right, where else were we?
I don't know. So there's a page on Instagram that I used to be obsessed with, and I really haven't been as much lately because I feel like it shares a lot of like younger celebrity news, and I don't always know like the younger. I'm getting a little old. I like feel like my mom watching MTV Movie Awards where I don't fucking know anybody on it because I don't know the younger actors until they like get into something, I don't know, that I know them in, or even then sometimes I just forget like people's names. But it's a website called Dumois, and I don't know, you've probably heard of it, maybe people have heard of it.
You've mentioned it.
I've mentioned it because I was obsessed with them but they don't show up on my feed anyways. But they showed up the other day, and what people write in blinds to them. So like they'll write in celebrity news if they like waited on a server or like they know some dirt on somebody, but like sometimes they'll make them very like we have to guess, you know, they'll say like A-list artist, blah, blah, or whatever. They don't like say who they are.
Oh yeah, because you told us that they had like a funny name for Leo before.
Yeah, Headphone Dino Bones.
Yeah.
Headphone Dino Bones because he wears headphones and he has dinosaur bones in his house. But there was, I guess Charlie XCX had a birthday party over the weekend, and it was like star-studded. There was like all these people
Makes
there.
sense.
And this is what it says. So one of the things is that Lucas Gage making out with several people.
Who's Lucas Gage?
I don't fucking know. That's the issue, is that like I don't know who these people are. And maybe if I Google him and like we tell you who he's fucking in, I don't know. But so it says Lucas Gage making out with several people, but then Lucas Gage comments on it and said, "Grow up." It was like 2 people. I thought that was so funny.
I believe he
wait,
said that.
I know who that is.
He looks like he said that. He looks like he said that.
Grow up. It was like two people. But what is he
Grow
from?
up.
I've seen him before, but I
Grow
don't know.
up, Kim.
That was so funny to me, though. But they also said that
Movies and shows.
Glenn Powell was there, and it says, I was at Charlie's last night, and Gracie Abrams
I don't
and
know any of
Glenn
this.
Powell were flirting all night. But Glenn Powell didn't respond, so we don't know if that's true.
Oh, like grow up. It was like
Grow
two
up.
people.
It was like two people. It's so funny to me.
That's so funny. He's in Euphoria.
Maybe that's
Maybe the new
him.
Roadhouse. Eric was
No.
watching that the other day. But I don't care.
from You.
Oh, I didn't watch that either.
He was in the newer season 4 of You. Is I think where I know him from.
I didn't watch that. My cousins did.
Yep, that's where I know him from. Season 4 of You.
He looks more put together in this picture.
Yeah. I can't wait for the new You to come out. I love
I
that
guess
show.
I'll have to catch up.
Yeah, you'll have to watch season 4.
But
But I do like this Dumar page. If you want some celebrity gossip, she's a really good one to follow.
now, how did we lead up to this? Because you said something. Oh, you said MTV. Okay, so that made me think. So, do you remember the kids these days don't know? Do you remember when MTV did like Disney and they made like their MTV original movies? And
Yes.
it started with like Joe's Apartment,
Yes,
and then it
and
ended with like
I
Together.
call cockroaches Joe's, and people don't know what I'm talking
Right,
about.
right. Whenever I see a cockroach, I'm like, "Welcome to Joe's Apartment."
Yeah,
and everyone's
I'm
like, "What the
always
fuck is wrong with
it's
you?"
a Joe, and they're like, "What the fuck is a Joe?" And I'm like, "A fucking cockroach. How do you not know what a Joe is?"
Joe's Apartment. He lived
Even
with
though the
million
cockroach
cockroaches.
wasn't named Joe.
No,
it
Joe was the
Joe's
guy,
apartment,
but he lived with the cockroaches, and they
Yeah.
became like best friends, and
so
they like had this really
and
great
cockroaches
relationship.
just became Joe's.
And the cockroaches like helped him out with that girl, right?
Yeah,
Right. People don't know about MTV original movies.
that's fucking wild.
I know. I was talking about. I was talking about it the other day for some reason, and I was with my cousin who was like a decade younger. And she's like, "The fuck are you talking about?" And I was like, MTV original movies. Oh, it was when she told me about the boy band documentary, and she was telling me how they form boy bands.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, well, I know. It was on the MTV original movie Together."
Yeah.
And she was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I was like, "You don't know Together? I know my
Oh
calculus.
my god,
remember?
I know you plus me equals
You
us.
plus sign me equal
Equal sign
sign
us.
She was so good.
So
Shit
fucking
was so
stupid,
good.
but so good.
It was so good.
Do you know that, speaking of the boy bands and members, and it's probably on that documentary, but do you know that, like, do you remember when there was all that controversy when NSYNC broke up because they were really fucked over by Lou Pearlman, the fat fuck that formed them?
Mm-hmm.
And do you know that he was a 5th member of the band?
No.
Yeah. Like, in the contract, he was technically a 5th member of the band. So he got, not only did he get, like, management cut,
He got part of the band money.
band cut as well.
Oh, that's
because
fucked.
he was a member.
No.
Yeah, I'm sure it's in that. We'll learn more
Well,
about
we'll
it.
learn
But
more.
that
We'll
is
update
something
you next
that
week on this.
they like got really screwed over, and I'm sure it's not even something from back in the 90s. I'm sure that shit is still happening now.
Oh, I'm
Obviously,
sure.
Scarlett
Obviously,
Johansson, fucking,
Right.
so fucked up.
It is fucked up. I just got one more thing because I feel like we're running low on time. It's an hour. Hurricane Debbie washed up 25 fucking cocaine
Square
bricks.
groupers?
Yep, I wrote square groupers, but I was going to say cocaine bricks in case nobody remembered. Yesterday in the
Where?
Keys. In the
What?
Keys, Monroe County.
even see
Yeah,
that.
you missed it, Kim. You missed
Yeah.
it. We could have been rich right now.
Yes. Why
Right?
were we not down there when?
Right?
Just hypothetically.
Hypothetically, we could have been rich. Hypothetically. Obviously, we would have called the police.
Obviously.
Obviously, we would have called the police,
Um,
but maybe like one that we knew that would have let us have it.
We. I really hope that Hurricane Debbie, I saw that it already flooded, like saying Fort Myers is like flooded again from it. I really hope that like people were safe up there because it just stalled out. Like it's been raining for fucking days.
Yeah, I really
up
hope they're
there.
okay. And like we all joke around down here about hurricanes. People that have been here for a while, Hurricane Party, and that's a real thing. Like we do
Yeah.
have hurricane parties.
Well,
but
we were like,
we were here when we got hit with that 3-4 storms in a row, and like it is no joke when you
No.
lose like power and when you're flooded like that. Like obviously, like good vibes to them. I hope they're all right over
Yeah.
there because like we joke about it because we do understand safety and like we do everybody. Like we keep our supplies. You know what I mean? Like. Unless you're new, you're not running out for fucking batteries when you hear about a storm. Like
I
we
mean,
have
I
these
try
things.
not to like freak out about them until they're like a category 3.
I'm not even paying attention until it's a category 3,
Yeah.
honestly.
But like yesterday, we were supposed to get hit by a storm all day, and we had you were saying Hurricane Party. We had planned weeks ago that like this
Oh, yeah, your
weekend we
pool
were going to
party.
do like a bring your own pool party, and then Hurricane W was showing up, and we were like, well, fuck it, like I mean, you kind of learn, like, in Florida, like, that thing was going in the Gulf and we were on the East Coast. Maybe you
So
learn
it's
this
not
everywhere.
really-
I don't know. But to us, you learn that, like, the weather can change. Like, you really can't pay attention to the weather until, like, the morning of. And even then, it,
Things
like,
can happen.
will tell you that it's going to get rain. You're going to rain at 3 o'clock. And that's going to get, by the time, like, 3 o'clock comes around, that rain's pushed back to, like, 6 o'clock. So, like, the weather is just so unpredictable here. So we were all like, fuck it. I mean, it's over in the Gulf, so what are we going to get? Like a band or two out of it, like throughout the day? Like, let's still have our bring your own pool party.
Right.
So we ended up doing it. It was overcast and it wasn't really sunny, which was actually perfect. And then we did get, like, rained and, like, the fucking wind came up, the fucking beach balls went flying. Like, it was a little bit of a band came through. They were like, okay, time to go in. But we ended up having our bring your own pool party during.
Y'all knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Right, and I had a thought and then I immediately lost it about what you said. Right, okay, so that's what you said I wanted to comment on. Right, so, like, you never know what the weather is really going to do. If you're new here and you're not familiar with it, I would find meteorologists that you trust online.
Mike's weather page.
I was just going to say,
I
like,
love him.
Mike's weather page.
He's actually good for anybody outside of, like, he follows other.
He follows other things, too.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, everyone should be following Mike's weather page. Because, like, these newscasters will make things so much worse than they. I remember one year we were out on Hutchinson Island, and there was a Category 5. It was going to be they were projecting it to be a Category 5, and it looked like it was coming that way. But this was days before, and, like, it was kind of moving. It was doing a lot of things. It ended up moving. We stayed on the island, and the newscasters were just like, anyone staying on the barrier island's dead. I hope you're dead. You're gonna die. Everyone's gonna. And my brother at the time was like 17 or 18. We were going through a lot of stuff. My mom was sick, and he was like freaking out. And he was like, "Mom's gonna kill us because we have to stay." And the news said we're gonna die. And it's like the newscasters made that. You know what I mean? And like
panic.
it wasn't.
And I guess they
it was
do
fine.
it so that, like, people can be, you know, they can't come back and be like, oh, the news said not to go anywhere. We were fine.
But, like, they don't need to be like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, you're gonna die. Like, 100 fucking times. It's like every 5 minutes, like, you're gonna die. Like, just stop.
Yeah.
You need to find somebody like Mike's weather page, or if you don't like him,
He's
some people don't like him, but
I like him.
I like him.
Feel
I like
he's
him.
very just to the point and to the truth, and, like, he doesn't try to, like, hype it up or sugarcoat it. You know what I mean? He's very neutral. Like, he's
not
just
trying
like,
to scare you. He's telling you
this
the facts.
is what's happening.
Right. He's very, and I feel like that's what, like, the news should be. It's not anymore. It's more like their opinion, but, like, Mike is going to tell you the facts. He's not going to try to scare you. If he tells you that it looks wobbly, I would believe him. Again, but he doesn't even know, and he'll tell you that he doesn't, you know what I mean? Things change.
It can change
The
so
weather can
fast.
change. The weather's really crazy, so.
I did see, I guess we should, like, wrap it up soon, but I did see people on TikTok and stuff talking about how, like, today was, like, would be a great day to go to Disney World because there's, like, no lines. And, like, so many people have canceled their trips and stuff because, like, whenever there's a name storm coming towards Florida, like, Disney empties out.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying earlier with the Halloween. I saw a bunch of videos. A bunch of people were there today, like influencers, and there was no lines. They were all, like, just in their ponchos taking pictures of Halloween decorations.
And the weather
didn't seem very busy.
I mean, as long as, like, the hurricane's literally not coming directly towards Orlando.
Or it's less than a 3.
But it's bands, you know what I mean? So you do get time where there's no rain and it might be overcast, but it's not raining, or it's a light drizzle, or it's not just unless you're in the eye, like, and the storm is coming over you.
Right.
It's not a constant rain. A hurricane, you know what I mean? Like,
right. You go inside when it gets
like,
bad,
we
and
got
then come back
bands
out.
of Debbie way down here because of the way it twists up, but, like, it's bands. We technically got hit by Debbie.
Right.
Our bands hit us, but we weren't, like, in a constant. That was more like North Florida and the Panhandle area.
My sister-in-law's in the Panhandle. She didn't really get it.
Oh, really? Like,
Yeah,
that,
but she's,
that's
like, more
like
west.
the Bend. Yeah.
That's
Tallahassee.
hers more like that Big Bend area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
'Cause I did text her last
so
night.
if there's a named storm that's not going directly out of Orlando,
You should check out the theme park.
or not, hypothetically, allegedly.
Honestly, even a
But don't
Category 1
take. We are not professionals. Please do not take our advice.
No, if you do this, we didn't tell you to do it.
Yeah.
We didn't tell you. Go to Mike's weather page. He'll tell you.
Yeah, Mike will tell you.
Mike will tell you, and then, you know. Sorry, Mike.
All right, on that note, I think
All right.
we're out for the week. Thanks for being... Oh, wait. Peace
Yeah.
out.
That's cool. You can say thanks for being here
I know,
first.
we feel like we had to keep it in the
All right,
order.
cool.
All right?
Peace out.
Peace out. K-Town down. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for being here.